There we go. All right, we back at it again, man. So I gave y'all the play the other day, and I told y'all that gold was going to keep buying up here to 47.30. As y'all can see right now, we at 47.36, and gold is just going to continue buying higher. All right. So I know everybody wants to take that sell right now, but as I keep telling y'all, stop falling for the bait, man. You see what's happening right now? All they doing is now we're trapping this new wick. All right. So if I come over to my 15 minute, on the 15 minute, you can see they starting to try and do a pullback. But as I told y'all before, all I do is follow my system, and I can tell exactly when plays are coming. So earlier in the week, y'all know that we was sitting right here in consolidation, and I told y'all we weren't going to break this level. We were going to keep pushing up. Why? Because trend is up. Yellow over blue mean trend is up. That means we're going to keep staying on the buy trend. Now all we're going to do is consolidate in this area, do some up down up down up down motion, and we're going to waste the rest of this this Tuesday, and then when Wednesday come, Wednesday is going to be the setup for the sale, and then the sale back down this way will more than likely come on Thursday. All right, but now that setup on Thursday and Wednesday is just to come back and fill the gap. All right, so we know there was a gap, right? So there was a gap here, and there's another gap here, right? So we got two gaps that we need to fill, but we're only going to fill one. Come on, get back to the front. But we're only going to fill one. All right. So this is the first gap, and then the second gap is, I believe, right here somewhere. It's not shown on this chart, but there's another gap right here. So all gold is going to end up doing is coming down here, filling this area in down here, and then just pushing right back up, and then consolidating for a minute, and then continue buying until we get up to around 5K. All right. So make sure y'all do not fall for this trap. They're going to keep trapping y'all. They're going to keep setting y'all up with the fake sale, hard spike, fake sale, hard spike. All right, you have to understand what's going on. And right now, gold is going to keep buying. It's going to keep buying. So the next level, after we consolidate right here in this area, because we're going to come right back down here and swipe all these guys out, because everybody here, they think they're good, but they're not. But what I want to show you is, if you come over here on a 5 minute, there was a level miss. But first, let me put this line there so I can figure out exactly where it's at. I think I still can find it. Hold on. So a retest was skipped. Yeah, 47.32. I try to tell them, man. I'm trying to get y'all the plays, man, so y'all can make money. Trading is too easy, bro. So right here, this is the retest that was skipped. So I want to pull this up to right there. All right, so right there, that level is at, where's this at? Right here, which is at 46.48. All right, so gold will come back to 46.48 more than likely this week. Now, once we get back down here to 46.48, we're going to 4,800. All right. Do not chase the sale thinking that gold is going to keep coming down here to fill this gap. They're going to leave this gap. This gap is a trap. Do not chase this gap. All right. I want y'all to not think about this gap. That gap up that we did, don't think about that one. And then if you go back on a daily real fast, if you go back over here and we go to that other gap that started off way back here somewhere. I can't see it on here. Let me switch over to trading view, because on trading view you can see it a lot cleaner. So put my trading view chart up real fast. Close all of this and go to trading view. There's another gap on trading view. I'm gonna show y'all. It's real easy, bro. Like, trading is super easy, but people just make it hard. I don't know why, man. Y'all should be making a bag. Like, this is the easiest way you can make a bag in the world right now. So pull this over here. Pull my trading view up. All right, let's go to the chart. All right, now we're on the chart right here. All right, bet. All right, remember I gave y'all this play, right? That was easy play. So now let's go back to the daily real fast. So we're talking about the gap. So we know there's a gap here, and then there's a gap here. All right. So there's two gaps. One here. It's three gaps. It's one here. It's one here, and it's one here. Right. So now I know where they are. I can spot them easier on MT4. So now MT4, when we come over here, gap number one on the 4-hour chart is right here. This is one gap that they're trapping people thinking that the price is going to come back here and sell here. Number two gap is right here. People thinking we're going to come back and fill this gap, and we're not. And then number three gap is right here, right? So it's three gaps that they're using right now to trap traders who don't know what's going on. All right, stop chasing these gaps. Stop chasing these wicks, because the market is in such a bullish uptrend. Only look for buying opportunities. If you do that, you will make a bag. All you gotta do is just follow what the market is telling you. Like, don't try to make it up. All you gotta do is take these trades. Like, I really just smacked them 2 days back to back, taking the same exact trade because I understand where the market is going, right? So remember, I just told y'all the market will come back to this level here, which is at 46.48, and then once we come to 46.48, we're going to buy straight back up to 4,800 almost, probably like 47.90. So like this week, well, not this week, but in the next 2 days, we'll continue buying, right? Because people are going to keep chasing the sale, so they're just going to just play around. They're going to keep chasing the sale, get stopped out, and we're probably going to stop somewhere around 70-80 area. All right, 70-80 area, we're going to then come back down here, right? We're going to retest this order block here. We're more likely going to swipe this low, and we're going to come to right here where I told y'all that 46.48 area, right? And then once we come down here, we're going to just push back up this way. It's really just that simple. But you have to look at the numbers, right? The market moves based off of the key levels. Like, if you don't know how to identify key levels, you're screwed already. Like, don't trade. Like, you're going to lose your money if you don't know how to find these key levels. If you don't know how to identify the structure and understand where the chart is going, you're just going to lose your money, right? And I'm trying to show y'all how y'all do it. Understand key levels. Look at these numbers over here. Learn how to read these numbers, and then learn how to gauge where price is going. But then also make sure that you're looking for these areas, right? We already knew this was going to be a big week this week because all last week just consolidated. All we did was bought on Monday. Last week right here, Monday, that was the move. After Monday moved, the market didn't move anymore. Why? Because all they did was saved all the volume from this week, and they intend on using it this week. And that's why Trump came out, and Trump was like, hey guys, oh, we're going to invade Greenland, and we're going to do this, that, and the third. It's all a ploy, man. It's a finesse. Like, you got to learn how to see through the finesse. And all you got to do is follow the big money. When you know how to follow the big money, you make the money with them. When you don't know how to follow the money, guess what? You're going to lose your money. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, people who don't know what's going on the chart, they lose their money. Why? Because they just don't know what's going on. You got to learn how to read this. Right? So the biggest game that I can give y'all today will be stay on your higher time frames. One, try to fall in love with the 4-hour, right? Because look, right here, once again, we consolidated for this whole week. These are 4-hour candles. This is a whole week of consolidation. What happens after the consolidation? A breakout, right? But then they actually played, because they did this fake breakout, consolidation, breakout, then they did a pullback to where the consolidation was to then do what? Consolidate and do what? Do another breakout, right? So right here, what do you think is going to happen here? This is consolidation. This is what? The breakout. Then what are we going to do? We're going to find a high and then do what? Come back to where the consolidation was. But this time, we're going to swipe this low where this minor consolidation was, and we're going to come back right into this area and then push higher. That's it. Right? It's that simple. That's all you got to do. But understand, if you learn how to read these waves and these patterns, you can identify everything. And then another thing you need to do is figure out, okay, when we consolidate, how big are the breakouts? Start figuring out how large the breakout is, then look for the next consolidation, and then what you're going to do is figure out how big the next breakout will be before we have this pullback, right? And don't forget, it's always stairs up, elevator down, all right? So we're taking the stairs up right now. These are the stairs, stairs, stairs. When we come down, we're coming down like that, right? Because we're going to come back. We're going to fill these gaps. We're going to fill this weekend. We're more than likely going to probably retest this area or this order block right here. But once we do that, it's going to take forever to get back up. But right now, just focus on understanding the key levels, because this is too sweet. Like, it's too easy. Like, all I got to do is know when to get on the charts, what trades to take, and where to take the trades. And don't listen to traders talking about, oh man, we're at all-time highs. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck if we're at all-time highs or we're at all-time lows. That doesn't mean the market just stopped moving. Just because it's at an all-time high doesn't mean that the market's going to do a pullback. Why? Because it's intended to go up. The market is supposed to go higher. The market is supposed to trend. It's supposed to like go up in value. Why? Because people are making money. You think we're just going to get to all-time high and just pull back? Everybody says that. We're at all-time highs. Who cares? Stop saying that. Stop saying all-time highs. Stop saying all-time lows. Like, nobody cares. Like, you get what I'm saying? Just let the market do what it does. Follow the trend. Get you a system where you can follow the trend. Follow the trend. If it's buying, buy. If it's selling, sell. If it's pulling back, understand when it's doing a pullback. That's why I have these here, so I can spot pullbacks, right? And I can tell based off of the news what's going on. Are we pulling back, or are we going to keep buying this week, right? Because sometimes they're going to do this. They're going to consolidate, do these little pullbacks, but make sure y'all hop on these charts, man, and y'all make this bag. But I just wanted to come back, do another live, and just show y'all exactly what went down, right? Because I've been calling this for a week. Now my next point of interest is going to be here. I'm going to wait on gold to return to 46.48. Once we get back at 46.48 and we swipe this low, I'm then going to look for the continuation higher, because the sell that everybody wants is not coming until we reach almost 5,000. Y'all have to understand this. The next psychological level is 5,000. Until we get close to 5,000, we're not selling. We're just going to keep buying. So what you need to do is try to position yourself to jump on this trend to catch this buy. Now I'm giving y'all the area. Your next area is either going to be here or it's going to be right here. These are the next two places. These two orange lines I've had marked, these are the next two places to jump on this buy trend. So hopefully y'all catch this bag. Hopefully y'all make a play, man. And y'all don't let all this money just go past every day, every week, and you don't get none in 2026, because I've been doing this over a decade now, and all I do is keep it very, very simple. Follow my software, follow the key levels, and then continue printing dollars using this cell phone. So I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to drop more videos. I'm going to show y'all what's going on in other pairs and other markets, and we're going to keep it going all 2026. But I just had to get on here, make this live real fast, so to make sure that y'all seen what was going on. So let's get to it. Peace.